Tuesday, April 19th, will be a campus-wide shutdown. Seniors will be engaged in a special celebratory day, whilst underclassmen will be on campus testing. Freshmen and sophomores will complete a practice SAT, while juniors will take the ACT in school. At the conclusion of testing, all underclassmen will gather in the PAC for the Student Government Forum, where candidates will be introduced and voted on for the 2022-2023 school year.
Thursday, April 28th from 5 to 6:30 p.m., we will host a coffee house in the lobby of Building 3, showcasing stand-up comedy, music, and spoken word. A representative from student government will be available to sign up acts at both lunches. Auditions are not necessary, and the event itself is free to any and all members of our Panther community. In the last 2 weeks, only 2% of all students who are needing attendance recovery have logged their hours or shown up for attendance recovery. Those who need attendance recovery, time is running out. The dates on the screen are the final dates available to recover attendance before you lose credit and seniors potentially do not graduate.
The opening reception of the Senior Fine Art Apprentices exhibition will be held at the TCC Trinity River campus on Wednesday, May 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. The work on view celebrates the selected members of the very first graduating class of student art majors at IM Terrell: Abram Alcantar, Savannah Claudio, Elizabeth Gutierrez, Amaya Guzman, Gina Mila Jones, Asia Webb, and Gatlin Brogdon. Please save the date and come out to support our senior art apprentices.
Additionally, on Saturday, May 14th from noon to 3 p.m., student government will host a campus garage sale and car wash. Booths to sell goods at the garage sale are $20, cash only please, and you, the vendor, will take home 100% of the profits you make. Scan the QR code on the screen if interested in selling your own items at the garage sale. Payment for your booth may be submitted to Mr. Brendler or Mr. Watson during school hours between May 2nd and May 13th. Your $20 cash must be turned in by Friday the 13th in order to sell goods. For more information, please see Mr. Brendler, Mr. Watson, or any member of student government.
First ever prom. Join us for a celestial odyssey through the night. Prom will be held at the Mira Vista Country Club from 7 to 11 p.m. on Saturday, May 7th. Tickets are $55 each and include dinner. The deadline to purchase prom tickets is Friday, April 29th.
Vaping is an emerging public health threat to our nation's youth, and the crisis has not escaped our campus. Did you know that vaping is a highly dangerous act for teens and young adults whose brains are still developing? Some vape devices may result in burns and other serious injuries. Most vaping devices contain and release a number of potentially toxic substances, including metals and volatile organic compounds, which have been linked to cell and DNA damage.
Sit up and pay attention to the following public service announcement from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration highlighting testimony from the numerous teens, one even who lives in our backyard.
My name is Maddie.
It's Danny.
It's Leah. It's Ella.
The most insane thing happened to me, and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. I got really scared, and all of a sudden I could feel my heartbeat like pounding from my chest.
I was sick all the time.
My throat burned.
My hands were shaking.
My heart was really racing. My body really shut down.
Didn't think anyone wanted anything to do with me. No one was here to help me.
I didn't know what was going on. The next thing I know, I blacked out.
I never felt that helpless before, and that was the night before I went to the hospital.
My chest would start to hurt. I'd get really, really dizzy.
I couldn't really breathe.
My heart started cramping up.
It was beating so fast. My chest would feel like it was on fire.
Sometimes I would even pass out.
I would be happy one moment, sad one moment. I was very off balance.
Every single month, it was like there was something new.
I was short of breath, and I told my mom, and she rushed me to the ER.
My name is Maddie. I'm 15 and I started vaping when I was 13.
I'm Ella. I'm 17 and I started vaping when I was 16 years old.
I'm Danny. I'm 19 years old and I started vaping when I was 16.
I'm Aaliyah. I started vaping last year and I'm 18 years old. My name is Caitlin and I started vaping when I was 17. I wanted to feel cool and I didn't think about what vaping really was.
Peer pressure catches you by surprise. You end up wanting to fit in.
It was very divided between the people that thought vaping was cool and the people that thought it was disgusting. And I kind of hung out with both groups.
At first, I was one of the few ones out of my friend group who didn't do it. And I felt like I was kind of on the back end of this rebellious thing that all these girls were doing.
When I first started vaping, it gave me really bad headaches. So I wanted to do it because my friends did it.
Since I had vaped, I couldn't go back. I was It's who I am now. That was really hard for me to deal with. I thought vaping was my identity, so I pushed away people that actually cared about me.
I was lying to my family and loved ones. They never thought I would be doing something like this. It just changes you as a whole person. It overtook my relationships and my friendships. Vaping definitely made me more moody and angry and short fused.
I didn't realize that it was gonna be this bad.
Everything that I had trained towards was deteriorating, and to put so much time and effort into something and then just to take it away from yourself is just an awful feeling. You're ruining something for yourself. Everybody in my life was disappointed that I was doing this, and since it was an addiction, I didn't want to stop.
When I first spoke to the doctor, I told him that I vape, and he was like, that's definitely the trigger to your heart condition I already had. And they gave me two options, either get surgery or I could be on medication for the rest of my life. And it happened to me, so it could happen to any of us.
I reached out to my parents and friends around me. Even though I lied to their faces and even though I hid from them, they were still there to help me out of this hole and get me back on my feet and get me out of this addiction.
Every aspect of your life is gonna get better if you quit vaping, and I say that from experience.
Your health and your life is way more important than vaping. It's not worth it.
I felt like it wasn't me. I felt like I had to hide it from my family. I felt like I wasn't being honest with everyone around me.
I regret everything, vaping, how I brought down my grades. My parents, they definitely knew that I had changed.
When my mom found out that I was vaping, she ended up telling me about how when I was younger, I was in the hospital with pneumonia and my asthma had gotten to the point where I almost died. Hitting this device, trying it, getting addicted, I was betraying her. She couldn't trust me. I was almost embarrassed to be around her.
I told my friends that I was having extreme amounts of anxiety, that it was hard for me to be around them, and that I was in pain all the time from vaping, and they told me I was being dramatic. If I was only doing it to fit in with these people, and these people weren't even taking how I felt seriously enough, it was not even close to worth it.
I vaped because I thought my friends would think I was cool. Looking back and saying that out loud, that sounds so dumb.
When I first told my mom, she was happy that I could face this addiction, and she was proud of me for being able to face it head on and quit.
Don't even consider trying it. I think that the first time that I hit it was when I made the decision to possibly fall into addiction, and I could have avoided a lot of stress and hardship.
You really need to take a step back, and you really just have to ask yourself, are you doing this for me or are you doing this for others? At the end of the day, what I want to do should be more important than what anyone thinks.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep perfecting.